Welcome to Tawlet El Sifra dinner table. What I wanted to share with you today is that I have a cooking segment that I had on a different channel that I just wanted to move to the main channel here that I have, my YouTube channel. And the reason for it is because I have a lot of friends when I invite for dinner or lunch or whatever, they love my cooking because of the flavors. And what I started thinking is, and they kept asking me if I would do a class at home, show them how I make things and how I do things. And mine are very simple. My recipes start with a can, basically. I buy the ingredient that's almost already made from specialty stores, and then I add to it. So instead of, for example, doing a difficult task of mixing flavors together, I get the can that already has that in it. I get the container that already has that in it, but it's from a specialty store, not a normal big box stores. And I know where to get them because I love eating and I love to eat the very flavorful food. So what I do is I have a pantry full of these kind of boxes from different places, and I also have the flavors like the rose water or the orange blossom or the pomegranate molasses, date molasses, all of them. I have those kind of things in my pantry, and it's ready made. So whatever I cook, I have those ready to add to my cooking. So what I started doing is I decided, instead of doing a class for the friends and every time they come and I cook a different dish, why don't I just put it on a video and let everybody, see it. So I didn't want to make it into a commercial where commercially paid for by a certain like name brand or whatever, because I wanted to use my own kitchen. I wanted to use my own pots. My pots are very old. In that sense, I'm very minimalist. I don't want to buy new things unless the stuff that I have are broken and can't do anything with them. So that's what I did, actually. I started making dishes that people usually, when they come over, they tell me how delicious they are. I don't even have the professional cameras, but at the end of the day, I teach you how to, and I use my own kitchen for it. At the end of the day, I teach you how to do simple, quick, and very, very flavorful, tasty food. And like I said, it's quick and it's simple. If you're doing it for your home, you'll be eating something healthy. I don't use a lot of, like, every time I look at a recipe like online, it's mostly lots of cheeses and lots of fat in it or whatever. I don't do that. Maybe I have not started doing any of these cheese. I might do some pizza in the future, but different tasting pizza. I don't do the same pizza that everybody does. But what I'm saying is that when I cook healthy food, vegetables, meat. I just start with the easiest way possible. I time myself and I try to do everything quick. Even you'll see that in the videos. You'll see I'm rushing, basically. All you need to do is dump this over this and whatever, and then come up with the best food possible. And I have a reason for that. It's not because I'm rushing. As a matter of fact, my personality is very slow-going person, and you can tell from the way I talk. But when I cook, I want to finish my cooking quickly because but I don't want to cut the flavors down. I want to present the best flavorful food available. In the meantime, when my company shows up or when I'm sitting at the dinner table with my family, I don't want to be exhausted and tired because I slaved over it all day long. I get the same thing. I buy it from the stores, most of it ready-made. And there are certain things that when we go to the store, we see it and we shy away from buying it because we don't know what it is. And I'll show you what it is. So I'll go through that step and I'll tell you this is how I do it. And if you want to do it from scratch, this is how you can do it. So I'll present to you what you can do if you wanted to do it from scratch. But what I'm doing here is something that I can do much easier, but it presents the same flavors. It presents like ease of use. For example, if a recipe calls out for lots of chopped onions, I don't mind chopping onions. I learned a trick to where I don't cry. Chopped onion, if I have just one onion, I'll be crying and crying, and that I always stayed away from chopping onions because of that. But I learned a long time ago that if I cut it in half, the onion, and put it in water just a little bit, that juice that's inside the onion goes away, and that's the reason why we smell it and we start tearing. So if you just put it in the water and then start taking it from the water and chop it, you won't cry. But I don't want to spend the whole day just chopping onion. We have a lot of dishes in the Middle East that requires a lot of onion. That's actually the base of most of the flavors in the Middle East. The flavors are, the dishes are onions and garlic. So again, I don't want to chop a lot of them just because I don't want to waste time. So what I do is I go to the grocery stores. Here we have a Kroger. I can just get the chopped onion in a container and just put 1 container or 10 containers if I wanted to. Even if it is more costly than getting an onion and chopping it, I'm gonna waste the rest of the onion in the back because I don't cook it. I'm not gonna cook it every day, so it's easier, it's faster, and it's chopped to perfection according to me. If I want to do tabbouleh, which requires a lot of onions, I'll do it that way. If I want to do mjaddara, which requires a lot of onions, I do it that way. So in most of the time, that's what I do, and they have a variety of chopped onions and different things that you can do. The red onion, the white onion, and then they started mixing it with cilantro, with green pepper. So it's up to you, whatever it is that you want to use. And when you go and watch my videos, you'll see a lot of that is used in that, and it's much easier, faster. So I'm not using anything that's not healthy, but I'm just using it for the purpose of getting things faster and not losing any of the flavor. And that's usually why people tell me that my cooking is very delicious. But in the same time, I'm not tired when I have company. When they show up, like I had company just last week, and I had a lot of dishes made for them. And by the way, every one of those dishes, if you go on the YouTube channel now, you can find them, and you can follow how I've made them. But what I do is that every one of those dishes, when my company showed up, I had the dishes done. They are all very good. As a matter of fact, I cooked some ethnic food dishes that are Iranians, and I had Iranian friends visiting. I'm not Iranian, but my friends were visiting, and they loved it. They said it was really good, better than their moms or their wives. So I don't know whether they were saying that just to make me feel good or not, but it doesn't matter. But it is good. I go to a lot of Iranian people's homes, and I go to a lot of Iranian restaurants, and I know what I'm cooking is good. And a lot of people give me those kind of compliments, those kind of comments. So watch the videos. Now they're on YouTube, on this channel, on Tawlet El Sifra. And I hope that you don't only watch it, but I really hope that you would actually do these recipes. I show you step by step, easy and quick, and then very delicious. So try that and comment on these dishes and let me know what you think. Thank you very much, and thank you for watching Tawlet El Sifra.